Hi Libra, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. My name is Carol, and on this channel my readings center around healing the shadow through parts therapy. I've been on my own healing journey for a number of years now with my own life coach, and I use parts therapy in my healing. And so I was able to apply my own parts therapy to tarot to help others with their own healing. And there is no date on this reading, and so I trust that when it enters your feed, it's meant for you. So in today's reading, I'm going to be starting off with my pendulum, and I'm going to be selecting a theme card for you that's coming from these Heal Yourself reading cards from Mina Segal. And I find that they've been so dead on with what Libra needs, or whatever sign I'm working for. And so I'm going to start off to select that, and that's sort of going to give us a theme of what area of your life we're looking at. And then what I'm going to do is I want to look at what situation or issue you're dealing with today that relates to this theme. And then I want to look at what's coming up from your shadow that needs healing, because it's your shadow that is going to be driving or impacting the situation or issue that you're sitting in. And then we're going to look at what guidance does the tarot have for you. And so I'm going to be using the Curious Travels deck for you, as well as the Radiant Rider Waite to clarify. So let's begin right now by asking the pendulum for a card for Libra that is going to tell us what theme we're looking at with Libra right now. Yeah, it was between these two cards, and I want this one. Number 13, Rejection. So let's have a look at that. This is what's coming up for you right now. So there's my little cheat sheet. Kind of pick the main idea here. So use rejection to grow, expand, and build yourself. Feeling rejected can disconnect you from your heart and your soul, and it'll immobilize you. Rather than buying into rejection, focus on how you can grow, learn, and improve from your experiences. If you are a writer and you sent your articles or a book to a publisher and they have rejected it, then try to hone your writing skills and then send your work out to several other publishers. Use that rejection as a motivating force to succeed. If a person that you have feelings for or felt a deep love towards has rejected you, then work on healing your heart and recognizing that there is someone out there who is more suited to you. Many people use rejection as an excuse to close down, become suspicious, guarded, and give up. Then they hurt and reject others. They hide behind rejection and never give themselves an opportunity to take a leap of faith and find their life calling and healing and heal. By picking this card, you are being urged to hold yourself in a higher regard. Keep your heart open and trust that you have learned from your experiences and will not make the same mistakes again. All right, so how is rejection immobilizing you from growing and healing? And so maybe there's been some rejection in your life right now that maybe is immobilizing you. And sometimes that happens where we become completely almost like frozen in our steps and can't move on because the hurt, the pain is just too much. And so let's ask tarot right now for one card to show me what Libra, what situation or issue they are dealing with right now regarding rejection. Right? And this came up. You have the Queen of Cups in reverse. That explains to me what's going on for sure. What's coming up from your shadow that needs healing? Okay, what is it that you have the Four of Swords in reverse? And what guidance does the tarot have for you? What guidance does the tarot have for you? Well, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. All right, so, and have this rejection card right here. Let's clarify this. I'm just going to give this a quick shuffle because I I did forget to do that before I came on, and so I'd like to do that. So I'll just do that quickly. All right, so a couple cards for the Queen of Cups, please. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups. Couple cards. The Queen of Cups. Okay, so you have the the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Justice card in reverse. To clarify, this Queen of Cups in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. Tell me some more about this Four of Swords. Okay, cards are coming out nicely. You have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Pentacles, to clarify. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. Tell me more about that. You have the High Priestess in reverse and the Three of Wands. Let's begin right now. We're looking at how is rejection immobilizing you from growing and healing. So what's the issue here? Well, I can see here that how is rejection immobilizing you? We have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is, Queen, first of all, is our feminine side. We all have a masculine side, which is our ego, and then we have our feminine side, which is Queen. She's the goddess, and she's the one that holds all our feminine, beautiful feminine qualities, and it has nothing to do with gender. The feminine side is the one that's been repressed in us for so long, and she holds the cup. The cup is our emotions, and so here it is, this queen that's just, you know, loves her emotions. She's not afraid to feel every single emotion that comes in. I mean, we are meant to process every single emotion that comes into our body. But as humans, we tend to push those down, right? But they keep resurfacing somehow when we push them down. And I'm seeing here that you have, because she's in reverse, this tells me that you have really, there are some emotions around this rejection that has happened in your life, and I think you're not wanting to deal with them. We can shut them down, and oftentimes if we do shut down this part of us, this feminine side to us that, you know, has these emotions and is not afraid to feel these emotions, we can feel some real ungrounded anger. Sometimes we can lash out at people at the wrong places, the wrong time, because anger is our secondary emotion, and it'll really block the grief that's sitting behind that sometimes. And so maybe you're feeling a lot of anger in you, and it's coming out of the wrong people, the wrong times. We can often feel, on the other side of the coin, we can feel quite depressed, right? We can really get ourselves into a deep place of depression and hopelessness. So maybe that's what you're feeling right now. And I'm seeing here there's this call, this gift right here, this Ace of Pentacles. The ace in my deck is like a gift from the universe. It's like, here you go, here's an offer for you. There's an offer for you to get back into your body. The pentacle is your body, and that's where all our emotions are. And I can see that just like you're not even willing to touch your emotions right now, because I think you are so blocked with your, maybe, like I said, some anger, maybe some depression that's sitting here for you, and you're not even willing to look at, you know, I need to get back into my body. I need to take this offer from the universe that says, listen, it's time for you to get grounded so that you can get in touch with your emotions around this rejection. And we can't feel our emotions if we're not in our body, and that's why we're up in our head. We'll stay up in our head. The Justice card comes next, and it's in reverse. I think there's a real call again for you to, in the sword here, you see the sword right here, and then there's also a balance that this individual has in their hand, and the sword speaks about our truth. That's the sword of truth. You know, it's like taking that sword and cutting through all the bullshit here, and let's get to this. Let's get to your truth. And the balance is, you know, I want to bring some balance to your life here, because it's like it's become like this. It's in reverse. And so there's a real imbalance in your life right now. And it's almost like your scale, if you want to think of it in terms of a scale, is like this. And so the universe is trying to, let's get back to your truth here. What do we need to do to bring balance back in your life? Because this rejection has really it's preventing you from growing. It's preventing you from healing. And so that's the situation I see right here for you. So what's in your shadow? What is coming up from healing? Because that is what is driving or having the most impact on this situation. Because there's somehow this rejection that you're sitting in is actually triggered some other rejection when you were younger. And that's what we need to get to. It's like, what is that original wound? What is this trying to trigger here? What am I needing to see here? When you were younger, you had the Four of Swords in reverse. And this younger part that sits in your shadow could be when you were an adolescent, could be when you were younger than that. But the Four of Swords talks about, when it's not in the shadow, it talks about, I would tell you that you need to get some rest and you need to carve some time out for yourself. But this tells me that when you were younger, I think there was something that did happen to you, maybe a rejection, some pains, something that needed healing. And it's like there was no time for you. You weren't allowed. You weren't given the support. And so it's like, we got to bury this. Because in this situation, it's like, okay, let's take some time out. Let's go take quiet time for ourselves. And I know that when you're younger, like it wasn't even a thing to say, okay, let's take some time out. But it wasn't even a thing where you got support and you were allowed to, okay, let's deal with this rejection. So what's happened? So it was something that was buried when you were younger. You have the Four of Pentacles that comes out, and this is what I call my attachment card, where we get, oftentimes it talks about out of the shadow, it talks about the material things in life that we get attached to. We hold on, we can't let go. And so I'm thinking that I just dropped one of my cards. It was the High Priestess card here. When you were younger, there was something here that, this rejection, whatever it was that you couldn't, that you weren't allowed to deal with when you were younger, weren't given the support. Well, it's something that you couldn't let go and you got attached to. It's like it's a pain that you ended up holding inside of you that's sitting there because it didn't have the chance to get released. And that's how trauma happens in our system, is what it's the reaction to, you can have two individuals. Let's just take something very simple, or very, I'm going to say almost natural, where a child is learning how to ride a bike and falls off the bike and they hurt themselves. And you've got one parent that's there to support them and say, are you okay? I'm so sorry. Puts a Band-Aid on your knee. And that incident doesn't become a traumatic incident to them. And then you have another situation where the child falls off the bike and hurts themselves and scrapes their knee, and it's like, suck it up, pick yourself up. This is what happens. Don't be a crybaby. And then that's where the trauma will set in. And that's why I'm seeing like this is what happened to you, where this became a traumatic incident for you, whatever it is, because you didn't have the support. And so it's like it became part of you. It became part of your trauma, something that you continued to hold on to that was not allowed to be released. And you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Eight of Pentacles talks about, in an upright position, it talks about this individual that's been working passionately at doing something. And then they enjoy what they're doing, right? And so I think that when this happened, it almost yanked your passion, it yanked your enjoyment. So there's something here that's been happened to you when you were younger that has, like I said, you lost your joy, you lost your passion because of this situation, because you didn't have the support, right? And so it's time now to look at this and say, okay, what is it? What emotions are coming up here right now for me that I need to get back to the truth? Like, what is the truth of this situation that I need to bring balance into my life? And so now you need to go back and say, well, what is this situation, this incident in my life where I felt no support, where I'm holding on to when I'm younger because I wasn't given that support, and where I lost my passion, right? So this is a reading about trying to get back to your passion, trying to get back to your joy of life, really, because a lot of us, we have this hallmark image of happiness out there, like just pretend you're happy. Well, there's no way you're going to pretend you're happy when you're not happy, and that's just a bunch of bullshit, because it covers up what's really hurting inside. And we don't want to put a band-aid on this, right? We're not asking you to put a band-aid on here. We're asking you to break this open, to crack this open, and see what is it, what incident in my life that I'm trying to get at right now, that this rejection when I was younger, that actually I need to crack open to get to my truth and my authentic self. There's something here. And so the universe says, what guidance does the tarot have for you? Well, the universe is giving you this offer, this gift of this Ace of Swords. Right now it's in reverse because maybe there's a fear for you to take up that sword. But the single sword by itself, like I said, with the Justice figure holding it up over here in reverse, and the universe is saying it's time for you. Like, here you are. It's like there's this call for you. This Justice is coming out saying we need balance in your life. It's time for you to get balance. It's time for you to get back to your truth, of your authentic, what really happened here. And the universe is saying, here's your sword of truth. Here's your sword of authenticity. It's time for you to pick up that sword and say, you know what? What really happened to me? What is this rejection that I'm dealing with right now? That is really something that happened to me when I was younger, when I was rejected and I held on to that. That's the original wound that I need to heal in order for me to heal, to get some clarity on this rejection I'm dealing with right now. You have the High Priestess here. And the High Priestess is a powerful card that's coming out for you right now as advice, guidance from the tarot. The High Priestess represents our intuition. You see how she's in between these two pillars right here. She's guarding this veil. And a lot of us aren't aware that we have this intuition. It's our inner guidance. Beautiful feminine quality that we all have. It's our inner knowing. And the only way that we can get to our intuition, our inner knowing, is to get back into our body and to get grounded. And we talked about, you opened up with this Queen of Cups right here, who's someone that's very much in touch with her emotions, and that's because she's very much a grounded person. And you have the Pentacle I talked about, as well as, getting back into your body and getting grounded, and so that you can get in touch with your inner knowing. Because when you get grounded and when you start to move towards your authenticity and finding out, what is this? What happened to me? I want to know my truth. Your intuition is going to become more clear to you. And you have the Three of Wands here. And the Three of Wands speaks about this individual that is looking for, like we say, it's looking for a ship to come in. You have a plan. I know that you have a plan here, Libra. There's something here that you want to do. There's something here that you're meant to grow into a particular situation, or you're feeling the need for some growth in you. And it looks like you have some kind of plan of something you want to do. You're wanting to go towards creative purpose, and that could be something that's just simply putting yourself first for once, right? I'm putting myself first. I deserve to go towards my authenticity. I deserve to find out, what is this healing that's coming up for me in my shadow that I need to get to. So there's a lot of like moving towards your authenticity and finding out, how can I use this rejection right now that I'm dealing with, and find out, what is it when I was younger? Where was I rejected? What's this bringing up? Because I know that we have a tendency as humans to, like this reading said, to take that rejection and kind of shove it down and maybe you know, sit in our depression or sit in our ungrounded anger, because we don't want to look at the feelings behind it. And so I'm going to leave you with, I think it's very important to you to learn how to ground yourself. So I'm going to leave you with a grounding video, that a couple of videos actually that teach you how to get back into your body so you can get in touch with your intuition. And because we need to be in our body to listen to our inner guidance. And so I want you to have compassion for yourself, Libra, for what you're working through. I know that this healing journey is the most difficult journey of your life, but it's the most important one. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.